Hello and welcome to this new blog post where I want to show you how you can generate an AI-powered learning application in the Power Platform, of course. So let's start with a short agenda. First, I give you a bit of background information about the requirement. Then I'm doing a demo and show you the setup, and then we close with a short summary. So first, the requirement. Well, maybe you also have kids, or maybe you are a manager or supervisor in a company, and you may have to make sure that your kids or your colleagues repeat, learn, and practice questions and new content that you need, for example, for exam or just for work. And if we focus on the private side of life and on students in school, then you have different options. The first option is, give private lessons. They are very good from a content perspective, but they are also usually very expensive. So I thought, hey, isn't there an other option? And the other option that I have is, why don't we create a Power App with a personal AI teacher? How does this work? Well, I would say not as good as private lessons from the quality, because a private teacher usually has experience from many students. He has seen a lot of things, but the advantage here with the option 2 is it's much cheaper and much easier to implement. So let's have a look at how this can be implemented. And for that, I will start with a demo, and then I will guide you through the setup, how I did that. So let's first start with the demo and change to my demo or test environment. Okay, so I'm here in my demo environment with my learning app, and the learning app has 3 pages: a start or home page, then a learning page, and a test page. So let's check it out, how it works. Well, the first site just navigates you to the second, and here you can select your language. Maybe we change to English, and then you can select a subject. So you can select, for example, biology, and then you get different areas of biology, or if you like more physics, then you can select here different topics. And then we have a first button. This first button takes these elements into account and searches for a Wikipedia site. And the Wikipedia site will then be displayed here in the lower part in an iframe. So let's click on that and see what happens. So now our flow is running, and you can see that we have here a page on classical physics. So now the idea would be to go through this page and learn from this. Once you're done learning, you can do a test to see whether you really know the things that are stated there. So let's go there, and then we navigate to the next page. And what you see here on the left hand side, this is just something for me to cheat, because I do not know all the answers. So I have here a section where I extracted the plain text of the Wikipedia site. And now this one should not be visible in a live or in your application, because the students should learn. Then the next thing is, you can select here a difficulty level from 1 to 5. Something you can make up. And then you can say, ask a question, generate a questions for this text here, for the Wikipedia article. And then you generate a question. So what is classical physics? Maybe, here you can already see, let's make a funny answer. It's another word for old or traditional physics, developed a couple of 100 years ago. This is not the best answer, but let's see what our teacher says and whether he's strict or not. So he gives us 40 out of 100 points, so it's not really good. So we possibly have to learn again. Or we can try again, maybe at a different level. So let's make it very hard and then get another question. What are the 4 domains of modern physics? Well, whoa. Okay, let's go back maybe and learn a bit more before we continue with the questions. So again, you can go here for applied physics. You will get questions here, and then you can continue testing and then try again here on this topic. So a very, very simple app that makes use of basic Power Platform and AI capabilities. And what I'm using in detail behind these buttons, that's something I want to show you in my PowerPoint, where I listed you all of the things so that we do not have to switch back and forth between the different applications. So let's check it out and see how I built this. Okay, so after this short demo, let's have a look at how I made the setup. So we started with selecting the topic. For example, biology, physics, history, whatever you want. And then we displayed the learning page so that the student can really learn. We extracted the plain text of this Wikipedia page. Why? Because later on I use prompts, AI prompts, to generate the answer and evaluate the answer. So that's my symbol for AI prompt. And then I need a plain text. I cannot just compare pictures and other graphics that are inside of this Wikipedia page. Therefore, I extracted the plain text. Then I generated the question with an AI prompt, and then I evaluated the answer also with an AI prompt. So for this, I had 2 pages, the learning page and the test page. Now let's see how they are set up and for what purposes I use them. So on the learning page, we select the learning topic, display the page, get the plain text. On the testing page, we generate the question and then do the evaluation of the answer provided. Okay, let's start with the learning page and the first topic. Select the learning topic. So that's what I showed you here on top. You just select history, economic history, whatever you like, and click this button. What happens in the background is, Dataverse table is used that basically extracts these pages from Wikipedia. And here I noticed that the English page, this is the English page, for example, applied physics, classical physics, ecology, that this is not the same, it is a different name if you have it in different languages. Therefore, I created additional columns for the German ones, because it's not just switching the language of the site from EN to DE or something. That does not work. You really need to enter different pages. Okay, once I have this selection and press this button, then a flow is running. You see, here is a flow that says load the wiki article into this iframe. Here I take the language into account and the area that I have. Why the area? Because that's the wiki page that we need. If we have a look at the flow, that's the flow. I take the language and then I have this HTTP connector with the API for Wikipedia. It's freely available. And then I have here the learning topic. That's classical physics, modern physics, whatever I selected. I get the URL back and the URL is then used in the iframe. That's this section that I highlighted here in yellow. And of course I did not invent that myself, but I used the iframe from Greg Garcia, which you can download on GitHub. It's for free. It's very nice. You even have a full screen. There's a small button that I did not show you in the app. It's a full screen mode that really makes this text nice and easy to read. Now, next thing, then we extract the plain text. How did I do that? Well, once I click that button, I navigate to the testing page, and at the same time, I extract the plain text. Why did I do that? Well, because I want to have an evaluation of the answer against a text. I cannot make an evaluation against this graphic or something. Therefore, I need the plain text. And the way how I'm doing that is, again, a flow. I use again the same wiki page, but then at the end I use HTML. instead of the bare ending. Then I get this text extracted, and actually this is something you should not show. Yeah, I just did it because, well, maybe I did not learn that good and need a bit of help for my questions. Next thing was then to generate the test question. How did I do that? Well, I have here a difficulty level and then a button. Yeah? The difficulty level, I just set it from 1 to 5, and the button triggers a flow again. That's the flow. The flow takes the language, the difficulty level, and the extracted text. So the wiki plain text into account, and then uses a prompt, yeah, to generate a question. The question is then handed back to the PowerApp. Yeah? So that's basically what we did. And the prompt that I did was something like that. I said, okay, you're a teacher, and based on this wiki site or this text and the difficulty level, generate a question. Yeah? Take the language into account, and then I provided some input. Hey, don't show the answer. Directly start with the question. Make it based for an undergraduate student if you select the easy ones, or make the question difficult for a PhD student if you select the most complex version. Yeah? So that's something that worked nicely. And then once you have the question, the student has to answer it. Yeah? For this I had this box and this button for the check. And again you see here that another flow is running for the evaluation. And what this flow is doing, it's taking the student answer, yeah, and then it compares it against the text. Yeah? So here's the flow. We have the student answer, the language, the question, and the wiki text. And with these things, I have here a prompt that is doing an evaluation, whether your answer was good or not, and giving you some points. Yeah? And maybe I was not strict enough here, because my feeling is that the teacher is not strict enough and gives too many points. But that's something you can influence in this prompt. Yeah? So I say here's the answer. Check whether this answer is a good one for this question based on this article, and give some points. And also consider the language. Yeah? So that's basically this prompt, and that's all what I used for creating this application. So as a summary, yeah? How can you use that, or what is it used for? Yeah? Again, it is easy to set up these things with basic Power Platform tools. Yeah? So everybody can do it. Yeah? Then, if you are a parent, yeah, then it might be a cheaper alternative to private lessons. And the big advantage would be that if you build it, and maybe together with your kids, you learn new IT skills. Yeah? Maybe something that you do not really learn in school. Then, if you're a company, then you can use a similar application for onboarding new employees, training new topics, and then maybe making an exam, doing some checks whether the new employee knows everything. And of course, in general, you can extend this application. Yeah? You can include dashboards, how good or bad you answered specific question. You can make certifications behind, get a certificate after you answer 10 questions or something. That's really up to you. Yeah? But there are a lot of things that you can improve and build on. But that's actually all I wanted to share with you for today. Thanks for listening, and as usual, if you have comments, feedback, just send me an email or put a comment in the comment section. So thanks again for watching and listening, and then till next time.